Hey, everybody. Hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Y'all come on in, hit the like button. Make sure you share the video as well. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hey, Leonica. She says, hey, two chicks, happy Sunday. I liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Hey, everybody. Y'all come on in. Hit the like button. I don't think Tan is going to come on, but I don't know for sure. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey, Rich. Rich says NC here. North Carolina is in the building. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey, Autism Mommy. She says, happy Sunday. Y'all show some love by liking and sharing this video. Thank you, Queen. Hey, Michelle. Michelle says, hi, happy Sunday. Hey, Queen Lindsay. She says, hey. She is from Columbus, Ohio. Columbus is in the building. Is it Kate Michelle? She says, happy Sunday, Carolyn, everyone. Hey, Queen. Happy Sunday. Leonica says, hey, Autism Mommy. Autism Mommy says, hey, Leonica. Hey, Shantae. Shantae says, hey, love. Alabama is in the building. Leonica is from Alabama also. Hey, Dawn. Dawn says, hey. Lisa says, I'm back. Well, welcome back, Queen. Leonica says, hey, Kay Michelle. She says, hey, Lisa. Michelle says, thanks for your job. You're welcome, Queen. Job ideas. You're welcome. Leonica says, welcome in. I am in Alabama too. Shantae, she says, you are in the right place. Sonia says, good evening to everyone. Good evening, Queen. Amber says, happy Sunday, everyone. Y'all come on in, hit the like button, and go tell a friend that I am live today, and I will be talking about some workman's comp, remote jobs, and I think the other ones are medical claims. So processing some claims from the house. So y'all come on in, hit the like button, make sure you share the video. I don't know if Tan is going to come on or not, but as some of you may already know, her birthday is tomorrow, so she is out on the boat in Alaska. Hey, Queen Lillian. She says, hey, family. Happy Sunday to all. Leonica says, hey, how are you, Lillian? Happy Sunday, everybody. And I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. The weekend is about over. Tomorrow is Monday. Is it Hanifa? She says, happy Sunday. Welcome in, Hanifa. Hey, Carla. Carla says, hey, one chick in chat, liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Leonica says, hey, Carla. Oh, okay, Hanifa, my little niece, her best friend name is Hanifa, but I don't think it's spelled like yours. I think her spelling is a little different. Lillian says, Leonica, I am doing good. She says, how are you and how's your son? So happy Sunday, y'all. Y'all come on in, hit the like button. Anybody have any good news that they want to share? You made money over the weekend. If you started a new job, maybe you heard back from anybody, a company. Maybe you made some money. We want to know because we are nosy over here. So make sure you drop us a comment in the chat. You got any questions about anything, make sure you put it here in the chat. Now is the time to be asking those questions. Carla says, hey, Leonica, Lillian. She says, hey, Autism Mommy. Even if you apply to a job and you want to share that with the family, let us know in the chat. Lillian says, hey, Carla. So y'all be sure to let us know in the chat if you have any good news that you want to share. If you made any money over the weekend. I know somebody got some good news. Somebody made some coins over the weekend. Be sure to let us know. Hey, Queen Stephanie. How are you, Queen? Stephanie says, hey, Carolyn. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm going to say Lyric. I may mess up the first name. She says, my daughter just graduated from homeschool and I'm trying to find her a remote job. All right. Well, congratulations, Queen. And what type of remote job do you think she would be interested in? Stephanie says, happy Sunday to everybody in the chat. Leonica has some good news. She says she has 43 on the Benjamin app. She has 647 on Just Play. She says, I came across a survey website yesterday called Fair Opinions, and I have $1.25 on there. If you get disqualified, you still get points. All right, girl. Congratulations, Queen Leonica. Thank you for sharing. So Leonica is doing the Benjamin app, which I feel like this is a good one. We've heard nothing but good things about this one. So if anybody here is interested in the Benjamin app, we do have that one on a link, and they are, let me see. Number 40. So we have a list. The Benjamin app is number 40 on the list. And this is one of the apps where you can make money off of playing games. Okay, so Leonica said that Fair Opinions, that one pays out by Amazon, PayPal, Venmo, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and by direct deposit. Oh, wow. Some good payouts. Thank you, Leonica. Nancy says, hello, everyone. I'm looking for a remote to let us know in the chat, Queens, what type. We post all different types over here on this channel. But if you can be specific, I mean, like non-phone, data entry. Hey, Queen Natalie. She says, hey, two chicks. Fam, hope everyone's doing okay. Like and share. Thank you, Queen. Stephanie said, does anyone know of any recent posts for scheduling positions like the mammograms, medical reminders, or even scheduling appointments for sales? So Stephanie, we did a stream, Queen, last week, I think it was, on some companies that hire for schedulers. I don't know if you saw that video or not, but I'll go and get it and drop it here in the chat if you want to check this one out. So a lot of y'all ask for stuff that we probably have already done. If you don't see it on our channel, a lot of our videos we had to take down because we ran into some issues with YouTube. So if you don't see it here on the channel already, but if you ask for it here in the chat, then I can, point you in the right direction. Nancy, haven't seen any airline remote jobs lately. We had a video up about some airline positions, but I don't think any of those are hiring right now. Data entry, we post those like a lot. So if you search our channel, more than likely you'll find data entry. And we also have a second channel where we have been posting a lot of non-phone also. So if you want to pop over there and check that channel out, I'll put the link here. But we post a lot of, I just posted data entry like a couple of days ago, I think, here on this channel, and also a couple different type of data entry jobs, different companies over on the other channel. So yes, we do have the data entry. But this is the link to our second channel, Queen, if you want to go over there and take a look. We also have a non-phone blog. And Tan, she posts jobs on this blog 5 days a week. So if you want to take a look at this blog, all different types of non-phone, not just data entry, but other non-phone jobs are posted as well. So I dropped the links in the chat, Queens, if you guys want to take a look. Hey, Candice, she says, happy Sunday, everyone. So I'm going to talk about some processing claims, Queen, today on this live stream. But if you go back and check out the video that went up this morning, I talked about a claim position this morning and also last night here on this channel. And then over on 2.0, I dropped a video today where you are processing the FMLA forms. So if anybody's interested in this one, this company is paying 17 to 21 and they provide equipment. The video is over on the 2.0. So you are processing the FMLA forms. If you guys want to hop over and check it out. Hey, Queen Angela. She says, hey, happy Sunday. Hey, Queen My Wilkerson. She says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Like and share. She says, I have 17 on the Benjamin. She has 7 on Inbox and Just Play. She has 178. Brandy, she has $1.80. Survey Junkie, she has 204. And Earn Star, she has 451. All right, girl. Congratulations, Queen, and thank you for sharing. Download says 110 on Sago. They take a month to process. $5 on free cash, 8 on Survey Junkie, 5 on branded surveys, and 200 on Prolific. All right, downloads, congratulations. Prolific, I feel like, is a great one. So Prolific, Kings and Queens, if you are not signed up to this one, be sure to check them out. I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. This one is like it's a survey site, but it's a different type of survey site. That's what I would say. They mostly do like studies. So this one, they do have a wait list. Some people got on the wait list. Some people got right off. I don't know how long you'll stay on the wait list, but I would say just sign up and check your email. So I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. If you guys want to check out Prolific, they are number 15 on the list. And also take a look at number 16. Number 16 is Cloud Research, and they are just like Prolific. Both have a wait list, though. And congrats again, Queens. Nancy says, will do. Thank you so much, Queens. No problem. Leonica says, hey, and congrats, my Wilkerson. Hey, Queen Benita. She says, good evening, everyone. I liked and shared. Leonica says, congrats, download. Drea says, hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. Leonica says, good evening, Benita. Download says, thank you, Leonica. My Wilkerson says, hey, Leonica. She says, thank you. Congrats to you as well. Nan says, I will check out the claims position now in the FMLA. She says, thank you. Have a great night, Queens. No problem, Nancy. If you run into any issues, we do live streams here on our channel on Sundays and Wednesdays. Hey, Queen Miata. She says, hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hey, Mo Better. She says, hello, Carolyn. Hello, all. How are you, Mo Better? Lillian says, congrats to everybody. Thank you, Lillian. So again, if you missed the video that went up on the 2.0 channel, we are posting a lot of different types of non-phone over here on this channel. So if you are not subscribed, be sure to pop over here and check us out. I do have, and let me see if the company is still hiring. Give me 1 second. I found a medication reminder company that is not Playo. But let me see, because they may have taken it down. Okay, so the job is still up. If anyone is interested in this one, these are easy. I used to work for a couple of companies that do the medication reminder. Oh, me too, Queen Mobile. Queen Mobile said, I just woke up. Girl, me too. And I said, oh, what time is it? Let me get on her. Let me get on her for y'all come after me. Hey Shacy, she says, hey Kerr, I did 4 gas station bonus shops this weekend that paid $56, as you say. Easy peasy. All right, girl. Congratulations, Shacy. Go ahead. So Shacy, she is doing mystery shop. Girl, you're gonna be on top like Cynthia and Dawn in a minute. So Shacy is doing mystery shops, and anyone here that's interested in these easy peasy side hustles, y'all better take a look at some of these companies. You could be making some money while you're waiting to hear back from those remote jobs that you have been applying to. So if you are watching this video and you are still waiting to hear back from somebody, anybody, but you still are trying to make some type of money from home, what is stopping you from getting these side hustle gigs, these eggs in your basket? We got a lot of queens here that do a lot of different types of side hustles. Leonica, she's like a gamer. She plays a lot of the games. She may take some surveys with some of the companies. My Wilkinson, she's another queen that does a lot of different types of side hustles. She may play some games. She may take some surveys. Queen Shacy, as you guys can see, she is doing the mystery shops. Autism Mommy, she does a lot of the task-based type of side hustles. So with that being said, kings and queens, for those of you that are not making any type of money, let me know in the chat. Are you open to doing the gaming apps, the survey sites, or maybe some mystery shop sites? Put a 1 in the chat if you are looking for some side hustles to get started with. And the good thing about the side hustles, you don't really have to wait. Now, some of them may have a wait list, but that's only like a handful. Prolific, Respondology, Cloud Research, those have a wait list. But a lot of the other ones, like the Gig Spots, the Prestos, the Gig Walks, those don't have a wait list. So you can pretty much just sign up. You don't have to have experience. There is no interview required. You don't need a resume, and you can work these whenever you have the time to work them. So y'all let me know. Hey, Lady Tammy. She says, hello, everyone. Queen Mabetta says, where the money resides, where the money resides. Hey, Marvetta. How are you, Queen? She says, hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Shacy says, amen. Lillian says, congrats to you, Shacy. Angela says she has received $800 on Ellis. She has $150 on Gig Spot, $14.09 on Free Cash, and $16.43 on Paid Viewpoint. So Angela, Queen Angela, is another queen, y'all, that just jumped on board and started doing a lot of different side hustles to bring in extra income. So Ellis is an apartment mystery shop company. This is a real good one, I would say. check this one out for those of you, again, if you are still looking to make money. Now, this one you will have to go outside of the home. Sometimes some people can get the telephone mystery shops with this company, but not everyone will have the phone shop. Some will and some won't. So this one is just like you just have to sign up to see what you get. But to me, versus the phone shops versus the actual on-site shops with this company, the on-site shops pay more. So you could be making a couple of $100 just off of one shop. Some shops you may make $35 for the shop, $45 for the shop, but the bonus money could be $75, $85, $125. So take a look at Ellis. You don't need a resume. You don't have to do an interview with a recruiter. Nobody's going to call you and say, hey, I'm interviewing you for this particular side hustle. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So if you're struggling with resumes, Tan, to me, and shout out to her, she's the resume queen. I am not, because she's the one that has done my resumes for me over the years. But if you are struggling with the resumes, Tan did do a live stream, and she's going to do another live stream pretty soon, probably once she comes back from her vacation, her birthday vacation. But if you are struggling, but you are still trying to make money some other type of way, and you are open, because you got to have an open mind, you got to change the mindset, and you are open to doing these side gigs and side hustles, whether it's mystery shop, the gaming sites, the task-based sites, a focus group, or a survey site. Take a look at these companies. You never know. You may say, oh, I need a remote job, and I need a part-time job. But then you start doing these side gigs and side hustles, and you see like, oh, well, part-time job, I can make the same thing doing Ellis, doing Gig Walk, doing Be My Eye, doing I View It, taking photos of buildings or residential property, commercial property. So change the mindset, kings and queens. Jump on in and get you a side gig or a side hustle, so you can be like Queen Angela here on the screen and making money as well. Now, GigSpot has the phone shops. GigSpot has the phone, and I signed up for GigSpot, y'all, the other day because I wanted to see what was it about. So I signed up for GigSpot. And on my portal, once I signed up, I saw that they had over 1,700 telephone and web shops were available. So you could be sitting at home, talking on the phone, making money from your cell phone with GigSpot. GigSpot has a lot of the telephone and the web shops are just shops that are done from your computer, desktop, laptop, that does not matter. But this is a great one to check out. You could be calling people from your phone, doing shops from your phone, and making money. Shacy says, thanks, Lillian. Tunica, you may want to try some of the side gigs and side hustles, Queen. Now, we do have a list of part-time jobs if you just want to have a part-time job. But let's think about that for a second. Part-time job, you might have to commit to 10 hours a week. You may have to commit to 20 hours a week. It just depends on what the company requires, right? But let's say the part-time job, it pays you $15 an hour and you have to work 10 hours a week. That's what, $150 a week. So that's an extra $600 a month. You might be able to get $600 in 1 week off of GigSpot. Might be able to get $600 in 1 week off of Ellis. You may be able to get $600 combining some of the gaming apps with some of the survey sites in a week or two. So that's just something to think about, Queen. Now, I can drop the part-time jobs here. I'm not saying don't go get a part-time job if that's what you just have to have. But we try to teach and preach about, let's say if you go fill out several applications looking for a part-time job, right? But what if nobody ever contacts you back? Just being realistic here, transparent and realistic as I can possibly be. Because think about it, everybody is looking for a what? A work from home job. Everybody wants to what? Work from home now, because all of the brick and mortar, you guys see this every day, they shutting down, they closing, they laying people off, they terminating people, they cutting folks' jobs. Every time I turn on YouTube, somebody company is going out of business. And if it's not going out of business, they are sending people to the house. So you're in heavily competition now trying to find a job really anywhere. But again, if you're looking to make $150 a week, $200 a week, we got people here that make this type of money from the side gigs and the side hustle. Autism Mommy has 50 side gigs and side hustles. So if one goes down, how many does she have left? She got 49 over there to choose from. If 2 or 3 go down, she still has a bulk of side gigs and side hustles to choose from. So let that sink in for a second. Now, I'm going to drop the link here. If somebody here is looking for a part-time job, that's what you have to have. Hey, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just simply saying change the mindset. Take a look at the gig spots, the Presto shoppers. Take a look at some of these alternative ways to make money from home. But this is the link, Queen, to the part-time jobs. It's a list of them. So if somebody here is looking, we do post them. The link is in the chat. Hey, Go Peach. So Go Peach, what are you open to, Queen? Are you open to doing mystery shop, survey sites, gaming sites? Leonica says, how are you, Shacey? She says, congrats, Angela. She says, hey, Queen Mo Better. And she says, you're welcome, downloads. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie says, hey, everyone. Leonica says, you're welcome. And thanks, my Wilkinson. Autism Mommy trying to be funny. I'm put this up for autism. So what you want, 51? So this is Autism Mommy, ladies and gentlemen. This queen has 50 side gigs and side hustles. She being funny right now. I guess she's looking for 51. Shacey says, hey, Leonica, I'm doing good. She says, how are you? Leonica says, hey, how are you, Stephanie? Stephanie says, hey, Leonica. Queen Mo Better says, Mo Better, she's going. Ask Ken to live you and let her host something. Girl, you so funny. Leonica says she doing good, Shay. Angela says, thank you, Leonica. Hey, Live, Love, and Laugh. She says, hello. Lillian says, congrats, Angela. Shacey says, congrats to you, Angela. Leonica says, you're welcome. Angela, she says, hey, Live, Love, and Laugh. Download says, congrats, Angela. Angela said, I was kicked off of Cloud Research, but signed up under a different email. I love it, Angela. Queen Miata, she said she got $8.59 on free cash. All right, girl. Congratulations. So free cash is a gaming site. Now, Meeks Adorable, I don't see her on here. She may come later, but Queen Meeks was making enough off of free cash to pay her light bill. And Meeks has a lot of different side hustles as well. So if you guys are interested in free cash, I'm going to go and get the link and put it here in the chat. They have been reaching out to us looking for people to sign up and play their games. So if anybody here, maybe you want to check them out or try them out, the link is here in the chat. Angela says, thank you, everyone. Drea says, how is Cloud Research? So Drea, are you a part of Prolific? Prolific and Cloud Research, very similar. Rosalie, she says, nice, Angela. Hey, Queen Sherry. She says, I'm late. Hi, Miss Carol in chat. Hey, P. Krause. She says, hello to everybody. Shay C says, congrats to you, Miata. Leonica says, fun to play. She says she's at $2. It's just like Just Play. She says, where the coins cash out every 3 hours. All right, Leonica, congratulations. Leonica says, hey, sis Sherry. And she says, how are you, Pete Krause? Sherry says, hey, sis Leonica. Sheila says, I'm going to try these. Okay, Sheila. Let us know, Queen, what you think. We love to hear the feedback. Even if you make $1, Sheila, hey, come on back and let us know. Tanika says, I was on Facebook. Okay, Queen. I see you jumped over here to YouTube. Leonica says she has $3.20 on Prime Opinion. All right, Leonica. Somebody else was here last week, and I forget how much she had on Prime, but she had a chunk on Prime Opinion. So Prime Opinion is a survey site, and I think now you can play the games over on Prime. So if you guys want to take a look at Prime Opinion, they are number 1 on this list. Yeah, I may want to check them out. Hey, I'm Blessed Stone. She says hello. Queen My Better says, hey, Leonica. Angela says, I'm going to put this up here. Thank you, Queen. She says, Cloud Research is another survey shop like Prolific who posts the research surveys from students obtaining higher degrees for their dissertations. Autism Mom said, no, I need 55. Chris. Okay, well, you need 5 more, Queen. You so funny. Christmas is coming. It is, ain't it? I was thinking about that couple of weeks ago. I was like, man, my little niece's birthday was Thursday, child. And I'm like, this little kid so spoiled. Then Christmas will be here. She'd be wanting most stuff. Leonica said playing a casino game on Prime Opinion. Okay. Miata says, thank you, Shay C. Leonica says, hey, Queen Mo Better. She says, how are you? She says she is good. And you, she says, I just woke up. Laugh out loud. She says, I'm doing good, Queen My Better. Hey, Stacy. Stacy says, hey, lady. I'm Blessed Stone says, can you help me out? Autism Mommy, I want a non-phone job, something I could do at home. I'm not good at customer service. Queen My Better says, that's awesome. What type of non-phone, I'm Blessed Stone? Queen My Better says she has 12 on free. All right, girl. Got the 12 on free cash. Tan is on a boat, Queen. Her birthday is tomorrow. So she is on her birthday vacation. She sailed away on the boat over to Alaska. She been gone for a while. I told her to sail on back. Sherry says she's at 20 on free cash, 9 on Prime Opinion, 26 on Benjamin, and 3 on Pay Viewpoint. All right, y'all, go ahead. Congratulations, Queen Mo Better and Queen Sherry. Congrats. Hey, Nick. Nick says hello to everyone. Leonica says, congrats, sis Sherry. Sherry says free cash has surveys to add up pretty fast. Okay. Nick says, Sherry and everyone, how do free cash work? So free cash, Nick, is a gaming app. And then they also have surveys that you can take as well to earn even more. And according to Queen Sherry, she says they add up pretty fast. So if you want to check them out, Nick, the link is in the chat. I'm going to repost it here in case anyone missed it. Hang on. So y'all be sure to check out Free Cash. I'm Miss Stone. She said she want data entry. We've been dropping them, Queen, here and over on 2.0. I don't know if you are subscribed over there, but make sure that you are subscribed to our second channel. We have been posting a lot of different type of non-phone on the second channel. But we have been dropping a lot of data entry lately. I think I might do some more data entry this week, but I did drop a data entry a couple of days ago. Now, this particular company, I don't think they do interviews. They've been in business for a long time. I don't think they do interviews, and you don't have a set schedule. It's like a 1099, but the pay is not hourly. They pay per piece. So if you want to check this one out, I'm blessed on. I don't know if you already looked or not, but it is a data entry company. The link is in the chat, Queen. Queen My Better says, oh, okay, and wow. Sheila says, I definitely will come back and tell you. Okay, Queen. Hey, Emma. She says, hi, Carolyn chat. Does anyone know which games are higher paying on Best Play and Just Play? The only one I know, Emma, on Just Play is Treasure Master. I don't really play Best Play a lot, so I don't really know like which game over there pays more. But they have been sending like emails and notifications saying that they are paying more. And I don't know if every single person is getting those emails or notifications. That I'm not 100% sure about. But I have been getting the notification saying that they are paying like more money if you come on here and you play. So check your email, Queen. Check your spam to see if you've been getting the notifications from Just Play. Now, we do have a Queen, Mr. Warner. She gets around 100, 150 a week off of Just Play. But I'm not sure. I can't remember. And I know she put it here on a video, on a live stream, but I cannot remember what games she is playing. I think Treasure Master might be one, but I'm not sure if she's playing like anything else. I can't remember. Queen My Better says she better get back here. All right. Better sail on back. Sherry says Nick is games and surveys. I'm going to put it up here for Nick. Thank you, Queen Sherry. She says, I mostly do the surveys, though. Blessed on says, thank you. Hey, Earl, what's going on, Earl? What is going on? Earl says, peace, fam. Blessed on Condoing is one. You don't need experience for them, but they are state specific, though. So I don't know if they're hiring in your state, but I did see today, as a matter of fact, that they do have a data entry job posted. Hey, Lena. Lena says, just sign up with free cash. Thank you for this. I love playing games on my phone. All right, Queen. Well, go ahead. Congratulations on the sign up. Sherry says, log in every day on free cash and prime opinion. After 7 days, you cash. She says, get extra money. Okay, well, thank you for the tip. I'll put it up there. Hey, humble and grateful. How are you, Queen? She says, happy Sunday, Queens. Glad I caught you. Yep, you caught me. Hey, Queen Kate. Kate said, what is the name? Not sure, Queen, what you're asking. Autism Mama says, I'm blessed on. The best thing you can do is combine some of the side hustles, find which ones generate the most income and work them together. Queen My Better said, this is our topic, but does anyone know where I can learn how to coupon? I don't know. Queen Martan knows how to do it. I don't know if she's going to make out a video, though, but she knows how to do it to where, girl, I had so much stuff. I had so much stuff just from her showing me. I just know how to do it just a little bit, but you might can look at some videos, Queen. I'm pretty sure somebody has videos out somewhere on social media, whether it's YouTube, somebody may have some on TikTok. But honey, Tan is the queen. She the queen at coupon. She is the queen. I had so much stuff. I had to give my stuff away. I had to literally give my stuff away because I had so much. Everything, any and everything you could think of, I had. And it was like, back then, my mom, she would come over there and literally go shopping at my house because I had so much stuff. She says, Tan, get back here. Laugh out loud. You so funny. Miata says, I always look at Conduit, but they never hire in my state. Miata, what state are you in, Queen? Leonica says, hey, humble and grateful. Monique says, hello, how are you doing today? Like and share. I am great, Queen. How are you? Happy Sunday, Queen. Queen, my best. She said, wow, girl, yes, so much. Tan has a 3-car garage. So her third garage, everything was in that. Everything was in that garage, stuffed all the way to the front. So she had tons of stuff. Maryland. Okay. Let me see. There is another company, but I don't know. They may be state specific too, come to think of it. Let me see. Yep, they stay specific too. I don't see Maryland on here. All I see is Los Angeles and Puerto Rico, Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Kentucky, Alabama, Florida, Oklahoma, Michigan, North and South Carolina. And that's all I see, Queen. Sorry about that. If I come across, sometimes we come across companies that hire anywhere for data entry. If I come across any, I'll look for some this week. My Wilson says, Just Play Bubble Chef. Okay, I don't know if I got that one. Pays a lot of points, plus I play Treasure Master and Trivia Madness and Idle Merge. So the queen that was asking the question about the games, Emma, I think it was, my Wilkerson, she just said that she plays Bubble Chef on Just Play. She said that one pays a lot of points. Plus, she plays Treasure Master, Trivia Madness, and Idle Merge. So take a screenshot, Queen, of these games. Thank you, Queen. My Wilkerson, thank you so much. Humble and Grateful says, hi, Leonica, happy Sunday. Pete Cross says, I did a gas station mystery shop, made $39. It was with reality-based group. It included a $30 bonus because they needed to meet a deadline. All right, girl, go ahead. Go ahead, Pete Cross. So Pete Cross, she did a gas. We just had another queen here that did a gas station shop, Queen Shay C. Y'all knocking these shops at the park. Go ahead, girl. So reality-based group, that is another one. Let me see if I can find that one. The queen, she did a gas station shop, and as you guys can see, they were giving away a bonus because they were trying to get it off the book. So again, if you are still looking for a remote job, don't stop looking, but you might want to step outside the box, and you may want to start looking in a different direction to make money from home. Still keep applying for the job. Still keep doing that, sending resumes, applying, whatever you have to do to get the remote job that you want. But in the meantime, I would say take a look at the side gigs and the side hustles, especially if you are still needing to make some kind of income right now. Because y'all see what's going on in the world. Companies are shutting down. The prices are through the roof. So just, pray about it. If you believe in God, because I know everybody does not believe in God, but if you believe in God, pray about it. Hold on. And look at some of these side gigs and side hustles. And I'm trying to find the link. I thought we had this one. Okay, yep, we get it. So reality-based group, this is another mystery shop company. They have all different types of shops. So y'all may want to take a look at this one. And again, you don't have to have a resume. They won't interview you. You can pretty much just work this whenever you have a chance to do it. Lillian said, Leonica, how do you do the spreadsheet? Come on up here, King Earl. He said he cashed out 54 on Prolific. All right, Earl. Congratulations, King. Now, this is one of our kings. Earl has around a dozen, and he may have more now, but he'll correct me. He has around a dozen side gigs and side hustles, queen. So if the king is here and he can do these side gigs and side hustles, what is stopping you from getting a side gig or a side hustle? He has around, like I said, a dozen, 12. So what y'all waiting on? I'm trying to help y'all. What are y'all waiting on? Wait for the job. But again, if you need some money, this is how to get the bag from home. Mystery shop, telephone. If you just don't want to leave the house, you can do gig spot from your cell phone. Now, if you are okay with going outside of the home, I would say look at RBG Group. The queen, she just said she made some money off the gas station shops. We had 2 queens here to make money from the gas station shops. Look at Presto. Presto is another, I would say it's another good one, because Presto, they have Insta shops. The Insta shops pay within 3 to 5 business days. So if you need like some quick money, and most of them pay like within 30 days, a month, maybe some of them may pay 30 to 45 days. But if you are in need of some quick money, maybe you have a bill due, car note, car insurance, phone bill, cell phone bills due, take a look at Presto Shopper. Now, Presto Shopper, they have a lot of different shops, restaurant shops, club shops. I think somebody said they went into a jewelry store and did a jewelry shop. They just had to go in there and look at some watches or something like that. So it's not like you have to go in and purchase. Sometimes they just want you to go in, look, maybe take a picture, maybe look for a specific person to ask questions to. Some of them will require you to purchase, but you can always read the description before you agree to do the shop. So if you see that and you're like, I don't really want to purchase anything, you don't have to purchase anything. It's totally fine. It's up to you. Like I said, sometimes they just want you to go in, look at the restrooms, take a picture. They want you to see like, how was the customer service? When you came through the door, did they greet you? Did they ask, how can they help you? How long did you have to wait? Was the restaurant clean? Was the restrooms clean? You know, just give me your overall opinion on what you thought about this place or this company. So not all of them will want you to purchase something. The apartment shops, that's Ellis, that's all they do. They just strictly are focused on apartments only. But some of the other companies, they do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So you may not get all restaurant, you may not get all stores, you may not get all, could be like a arcade gaming facility or something like that. You may not get that with some of the other shops. Could be some gas station shops. It really could be any type of shop. We even had somebody to come on and say that they had to do a church shop. And the church shop, I think the person, it might have been the owner of the church, a co-owner, or somebody that may have been invested in this church, wanted them to go in and kind of just look around and make sure, I guess, everything was intact. Go look at the restrooms. Give me a report on the cleanliness of the church. So different companies have different shops. If it's something that you're not comfortable with doing, they're not going to make you do the shop. You just bypass that one, go to another one. If you don't want to do the on-site in-person shops, take a look at GigSpot. GigSpot has a ton of phone and web shops that you can do from home. So this is Presto Shopper here in the chat. Now, we had a queen here that was paying her bills off of this company because she said for her area, and I think she lived in Texas, there were a ton of shops available. And again, everybody will not have the same shots because, of course, it will vary from state to state. Queen Marbetta says, I'm going over Tan House. You're going to have to go to Tan House, Queen Marbetta, honey. My stuff is GONE. So Tan claim when she come back, we're going to start back doing the couponing. I'm excited. She said, Earl, let me hold the 5350. Sheila says, can you drop the link for Ellis, please? I can't find it. Sure, Queen, no problem. I'll put it here now. So let me go get it and I'll put it here. I think Tan friend makes around, I think she's made like around $500-600 in a month off of Ellis. So Ellis, I feel like it is a great one to have, but don't just get one, because if there are no shops on Ellis, you might want to have a couple more in your basket. Now, Queen Cynthia, she signed up to over 150 mystery shop companies. She's the mystery shop queen because that's all she does. Leonica says, I was wondering if Bubba Chef paid out a lot. Thanks for mentioning that, my Wilkerson. She says, I don't have a spreadsheet, Lillian. Hey, Kay. Kay says, hello. Hello. Earl said, Queen Marbetta, Mr. Bill beat you too. There go Queen Cynthia. So Cynthia, she is in the building and she is the queen of mystery shop. She says, hi, Two Chicks and Two Chicks fam. Rosalie says, do you download those games through a certain app? Yes, ma'am. You do, Rosalie. Thank you, Queen Cynthia. Queen Marbetta said, I can't stand Mr. B Earl dang. Hey, Elda. She says, hey, Carl, happy Sunday. I can't remember your name. Tell me your name again. Sodom. She says, greetings, goddesses. I'm here, but I'm late. What's the information where you can do secret shopping online? So that's Gig Spot, Queen. Gig Spot is the online. They have the online, the web shops and the telephone shops. So I'm gonna drop it here. What's going on, El Zod? I see your best friend is in here. She said, Tan, hope you're still enjoying your trip. Oh, yes, ma'am. She is. Lillian said, oh, okay, Leonica. Elda says, hey, chat, how is everyone doing? Hey, Queen Elia. She says, hi, Carol. Thank you. Appreciate all these side hustles. Work from home. You welcome, Queen. Leonica says, hey, Elda. Queen Marbetta says, what's up, girl? Elda. Cynthia says, hey, Elda. She says, Leonica, I'm thinking you saying Leonica and you asking about the nephews. Queen Marbetta says, come on, Carol, take us to church. I'm trying to. Tracy says, hey, Elda. Elda says, hey, Leonica. Emma says, thank you. No problem, Queen. Elda says, hey, friend. Queen Marbetta. She says, hey, Cynthia, how are you? And Queen Marbetta says, friend, where have you been? Laugh out loud. Cynthia says, it's all gravy, sis. Lillian says, congrats to you, Earl. Elda says, hi, Earl, long time no see, and how are you? And she says, go. What's the issue, Queen, with prolific? Ms. Wilkerson says, hey, Earl, congrats. Lillian says, hey, Elda. Earl says, oh, hey, Elda. Elda says, hi, Lillian. Elda says, what issues are you having with prolific? My Wilson said, hey, Elda, Queen Marbetta said, I needed some money. Asked Earl, but Mr. took it. Queen Marbetta, girl, you hilarious. Earl says, thanks, Queens, Lillian, and my Wilkerson. Elda say, Queen Marbetta, nobody knows me quite like you do. Y'all funny. Y'all ain't finna have me and her singing it. Hey, Omega, she says, hi, Carol in chat. Elda says, hey, Miss Wilkerson. She says, Bia ain't playing Queen Mo Better. Queen Mo Better says, sing it, L. Dot. I hear you. Hey, Karima. She says, happy Sunday. Like and share. Thank you, Queen. L. Dot says, hey, Karima, how's it going? Leonica, she says Vibe is a good gaming app as well. Playhive cash is out every 3 hours as well. They got a lot of those men just popping up. The gaming sites that pay out every 3 hours, like back to back. Sodom says, when I log in, it keeps taking me back to the beginning. Queen My Better says, I see L. Dot. Did you try to email them, Queen? Omika says, hey, L. Dot. And she says, hey, Queen My Better. L. Dot is asking, what does that mean? She says, are you on your phone, Sodom? Omika says, hey, Leonica. Angela says, if there is anyone on here that works with Cambly, how long did it take to be approved? Angela, I have a contract with Cambly. It took me almost a month. Now, Tan, she has a contract as well. Tan got lucky. I think she applied on like a Monday or a Sunday, and she got in by Thursday. So she was lucky within a week. Well, really not even a week, less than a week, maybe 3 or 4 days. But for me, it took them, it's like I applied in October, but I didn't get the go-ahead till like mid-November, I want to say. It was like right around Thanksgiving. But this been some years ago, though. L. Dot works for Cambly. L. Dot, how long did it take? And so I guess it's different with everybody else. So some people, I think Tan has a family member that signed up, and I want to say they heard back like the next day. They have like what they call like their hiring periods. And I don't really remember. I think January, December, November, October. So I really don't know, Queen. I would reach out to them and say, hey, I'm interested in working as a tutor. Leonica says, hey, Omika. Sodom says, I'm in Texas. Omika says, hi, Cynthia. Elda says, Omika, Richard BFF, is that you in witness protection tonight? Not witness protection. Drea says, I need to coupon. Yeah. Yeah, you have so much stuff, Drea. You'll be like me. House full of stuff, child. Had to give, like I said, I had to give the stuff away. I had too much. I had everything. Like, oh, Tan got me so much stuff. I had like toothpaste, toothbrushes, all different types of deodorant, tissue galore, paper towels galore, all different types of cleaning products like the Lysol, the Clorox, the Mr. Clean. Girl, the list just goes on and on and on. Queen My Better says, hey, Omika. I just realized who that is. Meeks. I'm looking like, who is this lady? Meeks, you in her incognito. You fooled me with that one, girl. Elna says, Angela, it could be about a week after you complete the video introduction, but I've heard it can take longer. Hey, Kate, she says, how are you? I am great, Queen. How are you? Leonica says, hey, Cynthia. Right, Sybil. Thank you. Meeks says, okay, I switched over. Meeks, you had me fooled on that one, girl. And I said, Meeks, oh, there you go. Hey, Richard BFL. Leonica says, I didn't know who Omika was. She says, laugh out loud. Meeks, how are you? She says, yes, it was me. I didn't realize I was on my other account. P. Cross says she signed up for WeWard. It counts your steps, and you also answer surveys for points. Oh, okay. So how does it pay out, P. Cross? Is it like a PayPal or gift cards or like direct deposit? Sybil says, thank you for the repost. No problem, Queen. Me says, my bad, Leonica. Leonica says, you mean like a walking app? Much as I walk, I need to try that app, P. Cross. She says, it's fine, sis. Laugh out loud, Meeks. Autism Mama says, hey, L. Dot. Yeah, and I say autism, mom. How are you doing over there? Queen Mabetta said, laugh out loud. Cynthia says, hi, millionaire money making Meeks and P Krause. Sybil says, I can't tell if I received the email from Prolific, but it says I am signed up. Have you tried to contact Prolific, Sybil? She says, I will try to email them, and she's on her phone. She said, yep, I'm on my phone, L. Dot. Kay says, I do vibes and play for rewards are the main ones I do with the gaming apps. Okay, Queen. So how do you like those too, Kate? Queen my better. You know, that happened to Meeks the other day. So I don't know why it was doing that. I think with her, she was getting kicked out and the screen she said was going black. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Drea says, has anyone here tried Poshmark? I've seen people talk about it, Drea, on YouTube. There are some ladies that I look at, they'll go to like the Goodwill and they'll purchase stuff, or they'll purchase stuff off of Facebook Marketplace, and then they'll flip it to like a Poshmark or OfferUp or some of the other sites, eBay. She said, this is my 6th time logging in, girl. I don't know what's going on. Elda says, Sybil, most of their studies are laptop, desktop, or tablet. They rarely have mobile-based studies, so that might be why. She says, log in on your computer or tablet and see if it's still doing the same thing. Queen Mabetta said, you let me be and stop. They don't want you to be great, Queen. Angela says, thank you, Kurt. Okay, I'll reach out. I think I'm past 30. Okay, yeah, I will reach out, Queen. And if that doesn't help, then you can always just reapply and use a different email, Angela. Elda says, everyone, please like the live. Hit the like button. Thank y'all so much. And make sure you share the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tony says, hi, Carol, and chat, liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Emma says, hi, Carol, do you know of any companies that will let you tutor? I know Cambly is one, Emma, and let me see. The ones that I can think of off the top of my head, Cambly is one. A company called Ingu. Ingu is similar to Cambly. They're similar. They don't require like much. They have like a step-by-step on what they require, which I don't think it's like a resume or anything like that. It's like you fill out the application. That's step 1. And then step 2, I think you may have to look over their material, their teaching material. There is another one. I think this one you can do from your phone. Let me get the correct spelling. It is called Palfish. You can do this one from a tablet or a phone. I don't think you have to have experience with this one either. Let me think. Might be a few more. Some of them do. I know some of them do require teaching experience. There is one where you can set your own price. Let me see. And what is the name of it? Lord, I can't remember. I think it's called Amazing Talker. Let me see. Yeah, look at this one, Queen. It's called Amazing Talker. Now, I've never worked for this one, but I don't think you have to have like, now this says, I see like experience teaching English, which is really not hard like that, especially if they have their own lesson plan, outline lesson plan for you. Do you have any type of experience, Emma? If you taught like ABCs and 1, 2, 3s to your kids, you might can put that on the application. But look at this company. It's called Amazing Talker. I've only worked for Cambly out of these companies. I have worked for other companies, but those other companies, they were overseas, and I know they let all the English teachers, tutors go. So I don't even think, except for one of them, it may still be in business, but I think the other ones that I was either applied to or had applied to, I think they are gone now. Those were over in China. But those did require teaching or tutoring experience, which I really didn't have it. I really didn't have, like, a lot of the schools wanted you to have like 6 months to a year, and I really did not have that. But I think my personality, because with those schools, you actually have to do an interview with a recruiter. But with like Cambly, Ingu, Amazing Talker, I don't think you have to do an interview with a recruiter. So the other schools, I don't think they're in business, because once they let everybody go, I don't think you have to do an interview with Powerfish either. But once they let everybody go, I didn't even really try to like look for them to see if they were still online. But I know they let all of the American teachers, tutors go. But those, yeah, you had to have experience, because I had to do like an interview with an actual recruiter on the screen, like y'all see me on the screen. Those were a little bit harder, because you actually have to come on here and you have to impress them. So you have to act like they're a student and you're the tutor or you're the teacher, and you have to actually show them that you can actually teach a child or teach a classroom, because I had like a classroom full of kids. So I just did my best on those. But those, I feel like Cambly, Ingu, Amazing Talker, Powerfish, nothing like those other schools. And you probably, not saying you wouldn't be interested in those, but those will require some type of experience, unless you can play it off. If you can play it off, then hey, I would say go for some of the other schools. Leonica says, hello, Tanya. Sybil says, okay, I will try my laptop. Eldar says, like the live. Autism Mom says, Eldar, my daughter decided that she wanted braids in her hair, and she got a dentist appointment in the morning. She says, shaking my head. Hey, Hustler Helen. She says, hello, 2 chicks. Bam. How are you, Queen? Long time no see. I done skipped somebody. Hang on. L. It was you. She says, Autism Mommy. Oh, goodness. She says, hey, Helen. Angela says, so with Prolific, if you don't have a sturdy internet, there could be an issue. They are strict with IP addresses. Yep, they are. Helen says, hey, L. Tanya says, hi, Leonica. Helen says, hi, Leonica. Miata says she just signed up for user interviews. All right, girl. Keep us posted, Queen. User interviews is an easy one, because they do like the focus groups. We've had several queens to get in with user interviews, did the little focus groups, and got the little coins, got some money. Elda says, Elsa, not necessarily your internet. They will do an IP block for security reasons. You can still use your account and take studies during that time, but you'll have to use a different IP. Thank you, Queen Helen. She says, like and share. Elda says, Elsa, you can do that with someone else's Wi-Fi or library, coffee shop, or whatever other way. Hey, JW. JW says, I'm late, but good evening. Welcome, JW. Good evening. Elda says, also Prolific, make sure you fill out your profile section completely. I'm going to put this up. Very important if you are with Prolific. Queen Elda is letting you guys know it is very important to fill out your profile section completely. She says it is lengthy, but that's how they match you with the studies. Unlike the survey sites, they don't have qualification screeners. She says once you fill out that prolific section, you will just be able to do the studies. Thank you, L. Dot. Helen says, I decided to take a break from all my eggs and noticed that I started getting more. That's funny, Helen. So Helen says she started to take a break, y'all, from her eggs, and she noticed that she started getting more notifications now. They want you to come back, Queen. Cynthia says, hey, hustling Helen. Lillian says, like and share. Angela says, Elda, I can't. She says, I kept getting kicked out, so Prolific suggested to complete only at home. Oh, really? Sonia says, are there any games that do not require you to spend money? The majority of the ones, Sonia, that we talk about don't, but I think like free cash, they might require that, but you don't have to. Yeah, I would say if you have an Android phone, try some of the ones that Leonica mentioned, along with Just Play, Best Play, Misplay. Those are 3 good ones. Emma says, okay, thank you. I will give it a try. Okay, Emma, let me know, Queen. And Emma, also look on YouTube. A lot of the tutors with Cambly, a lot of the tutors from Cambly, they have YouTube channels. So you can always kind of go over and see the classroom and see how they're teaching. Now, I love Cambly Kids. Tan likes the adults. I started out on the adult side, and that's only because at the time when we got hired, they did not have the kids side. And then about, I would say a month later, they got the kids side. And for the other schools, all I had was children. I never had adults at the other schools that I was teaching for. And with Cambly, sometimes I would toggle between the two. I may go back, flip-flop, go back, talk to the adults. The adults are more like talking, like having a conversation. So it's like a, hey, how are you? Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. What is the culture like? What do you do for a living? But, you know, I think with them is more or less they want to talk and then, you know, just kind of ask questions about our culture, United States. And with the children is more like, you know, A, B, C. You're more like teaching them letters, numbers, complete sentences, how to read. So you actually have a screen where they can see the screen. You can see them, both of you guys are on the screen, and it's a whole lesson plan. But with the adults, it's kind of like you have to think off the top of your head. So a little bit about Cambly. If you guys want to work for that one, Tan and myself, we both have contracts with the company. We've had the contract since 2019, and as you guys can see, it's 2025. We still have our contracts with them. They are a great company because you can just pretty much pick it up, put it down whenever you want to. So if you just don't want to work, you just don't have to work. If you don't want to, it's just totally up to you. So if I wanted to jump on Cambly right now, I could go over there, sign in, and jump right on. Now, will I get somebody? I might, and I might not. So it just depends because I haven't been on there in a while. But again, when I was there, I started out on the adult side, and then I went over to the children or the kids side. But Tan, she liked the kids, but not like that, because with the kids, you're going to have that high energy. So if you don't have that high energy for those children, because they're going to be up moving around and you got to be able to capture and keep their attention, then the kids may not be for you. But I like the kids though. I had like all the little props, and I went to Dollar Tree and purchased like the little toys and all the props and stuff like that. So, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I really did. I miss some of the other schools that I used to work for. I really do. I wonder, like, a lot of times, like, how are they doing? Because a lot of the Chinese kids, believe it or not, they could speak English better than some of our children over here in the United States. I hate to say that, but because they practice all day long. They're in school all day long. So it's like they go to school in the morning. When they come home, they eat. they're right back on the computer with a teacher or a tutor teaching and drilling that English in them. So they could sit here and talk and have a regular conversation, and you look like, man, how old are you? Oh, I'm 8. I'm 8 years old, and they talk very well, very good. Yes. But I don't know what happened. Something happened over there. Their president, government did not want for them to learn English from American teachers and tutors. So they cut it out where they were no longer able to come on and learn the English. I don't know why. And I don't know if it has something to do because the kids would be up late at night. So over here, it's, for me, I would be on 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock a.m. But over there, it would be 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m., and they are still up learning English or, whatever they're learning. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. And maybe they just felt like, okay, this is too much for these kids. The parents, of course, their parents want them to be the best. And I understand that. So I don't know if that's why they stopped it. I have no idea. But it's just one day we got email saying that, they were no longer going to be hiring and they were going to have to let all of the American teachers go. Now, if I were to move to China, I could have still taught them. But since I didn't live over in China then, Elda says, Angela, are you getting an error code? Hey, Alicia. She says, came in on time. Hello to everyone. Emma says, does anyone know about Literally? I've heard of that one, Emma, but I have not worked for that one. So if anyone here knows about this company here, y'all be sure to let Queen Emma know in the chat. Angela says, L. profile is locked. Oh, wow, Angela. She says, oh, did they ban you, Queen? So if y'all have any more questions, y'all be sure to put it in the chat. Tan is out on vacation. Hopefully she'll sail her little self back on home tomorrow. I don't know. But I did talk to her earlier, and she was saying that she was on the boat out in the water. So I don't know. Elsa says, yes. She says, I'm good now. Now, Wilson says, hey, Sonia, with the games, you don't have to spend money unless you don't want to wait for lives to refill. I play games on the Benjamin app. They're pretty easy, and some games, they give you back the money. Thank you, Queen. Helen says, TikTok is consuming my time. All right, girl. She said, moderating and monetizing on live panels. I was just on a game panel earlier and made money, and I have a showcase up 24/7. Okay, Helen. So you done cracked the code, Queen, on TikTok. Is that what you're trying to tell me? So they pay you for moderating on TikTok? Queen Leonica, she says, hey, Helen. Elda says, Emma, the ladies talked about them years ago, but I can't remember. I remember they were a transcription for children, school children. Yeah, but I can't remember either, Elda. It was some type of transcription for children, but was it their reading material? See, I can't remember. Leonica says, Cash Joy. She says, this is another good gaming app where you can, she said, where you can cash out every 3 hours. She says, have cashed out on there too and got the money instantly. So Android people, I don't know what's going on with you iPhone folks. Y'all company be tripping on them gaming sites. I don't really know any games except for Free Cash. Benjamin app, I think those two that I know about for iPhone. So other than that, iPhone users, I don't know. Me not know. Elda says, nice, Helen. Leonica says, congrats, Helen. P. Cross says, we Ward pays out via PayPal, Venmo, and various gift cards. Okay, Queen, I'm gonna write that one down. I got Earn Star. I got the Cash Job one from Cash Joy. Girl, I got job. Let me change that. I got the Cash Job from Leonica. So now Queen P. Krause is giving us one. We Ward. And this one is like a walking type of app. So they paying for steps. Okay, Queen, thank you. So Leonica says Cash Joy is just like the Just Play and the Best Play where the coins cash out every 3 hours. Leonica, are you still playing Money Time? So Android Queens and Kings, Cash Joy, Just Play, Best Play, and I think Misplay. Those 4 you can cash out every 3 hours. So y'all might want to take a look at the games. Miss Tawana, she's not on here. She does Just Play, and every week this queen is making around $100 to $150 a week just off of playing games. But I think the reason why she makes this amount of money, consistency. The more you play, the more points they give you. And then, like I was saying, for Just Play, since I do play them, I don't play them a whole lot. Probably not like Mr. Warner, but I do play them. They'll start to send those bonuses. Helen says, as a moderator, I get more followers. So in a way, yes, I am more visible. Okay, Queen. Well, congratulations, Queen Helen. So Helen is over on TikTok. If you want to drop your name here, Queen Helen, I can shout you out, Queen. Leonica says, I still play Money Time too, just haven't even in a week, but about to get back on it. Okay. Play Hive. Okay, so let me get it right, Leonica. Let's see. So Cash Joy, Play Hive, Best Play, Just Play, Misplay, Money Time. She says Play Have cashes out every 3 hours too by PayPal. So if you guys are looking for quick money, I'm gonna drop these gaming sites here in the chat. Now I don't know. I know they on Android, iPhone. Y'all stuff be kind of iffy. Now, Just Play was on the iPhone, but the Queen told us that they lost their license. I don't know what happened. They were on iPhone. They are not on iPhone as of right now. Now, I would say if you have the money to invest in an Android phone, go get a cheap one. You don't need to turn it on or anything like that, get it activated. You can use the Wi-Fi to play the games. We do have some queens here that went and got Android phones just to play these games. So again, if you can invest, now I can tell you how to get the money. Now, this is what I would do. I would do like a survey site, mystery shop site, or something like Prolific, Cloud Research. Once you get enough money, because the phones, you can get a refurb phone, what, $30, $40, $50. Once you get enough money, and this way you won't have to spend any money, you get the 45 money off of a survey site, mystery shop site, and flip it. Then you go get the phone. So therefore, you didn't have to spend one dime trying to come up on $40, $45 just to go purchase a phone. Do a survey site from that iPhone. Let that iPhone bring you some type of income. iPhones cost what, $1,500? I'm hearing a new iPhone gonna be towards $3K. Let the iPhone make you some type of money, queens. Y'all holding these iPhones, and what you doing with them? Scrolling on TikTok all day. You helping them make money, but you're not making any money by looking at these folks on TikTok and Facebook and all of that. So let the iPhone bring you some type of money, and then take that money off the survey site, off the gaming site, if you can find a game, and flip it and go and get you an Android phone. Because a lot of these games that we talk about, they are on the Android phone. iPhone lately, I don't really know what games are over there. A lot of people say they have issues trying to find legit games. So that is what I would say. Yep, you can use a tablet, queen. You sure can. Sonia says, thanks for all the game tips. No problem, Queen. Leonica says, you're welcome, Sonia. Leonica says, yes, Kay. Stephanie says, I got multiple tablets and phones to play games. About to get a few more to add more eggs for coins. So y'all be like the Queen Stephanie here. She says she has multiple tablets and phones to play the games. Kay says, good. I have an old Android. Yep, go get that tablet, girl. Dust it off. Dust them tablets. If you have it, I got a couple of Samsung tablets. They packed up somewhere in this house, but I have the Samsung tablet. But if I need to go and get that tablet, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get that tablet. If I'm trying to make some type of income from the tablet, I am going to go dust that tablet out. Let the tablets make y'all some money. Let the iPhones make y'all some type of money. If you have an Android phone, let the Android phone make you some type of money. If you have a Chromebook, I have a Chromebook. My Chromebook made me thousands of dollars texting them lonely men. So if you have a Chromebook, let the Chromebook make you some type of money. Some of y'all probably got laptops, desktops just sitting around and it's just collecting dust. Why? That old laptop, that old tablet, that old Chromebook. Chromebooks can bring you income. Don't think that, oh, I don't have the right equipment, so therefore I can't do nothing. Yes, you can. You have a phone, right? You have a Chromebook, right? You can go on GigSpot, sign up for GigSpot. When I looked at GigSpot yesterday, they had over 1,000 phone, telephone, and web shops just sitting there waiting on somebody to do them. Kay says, thanks, Leonica. Miata says, is it called Cash Joy? Yep. Yep, Cash Joy, Miata. Leonica says, yes, Cash Joy. Elda says, Leonica MVP, appreciate you. Alicia says, what's the job? Talking to the lonely man. So Alicia is more like a side hustle queen, and you are texting them. So you're having a conversation with lonely. Some people say lonely people, but you're really talking to men. But it's not a job, queen. It's more like a side hustle. But the conversations can go left. So it's really not for everybody. So in what I mean by left, I mean that every conversation will not be, well, hey, how you doing today? What's going on? It won't be, every single conversation won't be that. So again, if it ain't your cup of tea, I'm going to put the link here, Queen, if you want to check out the companies. But if it is not your cup of tea, just bypass this one. Just go on by. Because like I said, them conversations can go left. P. Cross says, yes, Veronica, it's a walking app enforced by Venus. Okay. All right, girl. Well, thanks for sharing, P. Cross. Angela said, exactly. That's all I use for the games is the Samsung tablet. All right now. So don't think because you don't have a laptop that you cannot make money from home. You still can make money from home. You have to use what you got. If it's a tablet, and no matter what type, but if it's a tablet, if it's a Chromebook, if it's a cell phone, use what you have. Don't go out here trying to get all these expensive things because you're thinking that, oh, I got to have it in order to do Gig Spot, in order to do Presto, in order to do the survey sites. No, you don't have to have all the fancy bells and whistles. We get that later on, but we use what we have to get. If that's what you need to have later on down the line, but you use what you have to bring in the income. Miata says, thanks, Leonica. She says, just downloaded it. Leonica says, you know, I be on those gaming apps heavy, and you're welcome, L. Dot. P. Cross says, hey, Miss Cynthia. Alicia said, okay, thank you. I already know. Yes, please. Thank you. All right, Alicia, don't you come back here saying tell you. Leonica says, you're welcome. Miata, she says, they also have a leaderboard where you can see what others have made, and people are making $800 and $900. Now, is that a weekly, Leonica, or how is the leaderboard set up? Is it like a month? Do they show like what people are making in a month or a week? But that's good. 800 to 900. That is excellent. And that's on Cash Joy, I'm thinking. So y'all heard what Leonica said. The queen said, go check out Cash Joy, Play Hive, Desk Play, Just Play, Money Time, and Misplay. Gaming sites that pay out every 3 hours. Instantly to PayPal. Y'all better get busy. And Miss Tawana, again, she is not on here, but Miss Tawana, she does bring in 100 to 150 a week off of Just Play. Consistency is the key. So if you know that you are not on there playing the games, but you expecting to make $50, how if you're not playing? They are paying out more when you play, but you got to be playing in order to make some income. Alan Queen says, Kara, is Lonely People an app? No, Queen, it is a website. So I dropped the link in the chat. If you missed it, it's in the chat now. And again, with the Lonely People, it is not a job. It is a side hustle. Now, I'm going to say this. I started doing the texting companies way back in 2008. I worked for my first company 5 years. And then I worked for another company like a couple of years. So I know how to do the texting of Lonely People. I can do it with my eyes closed. And then I can type fast. On a good day, I probably can hit 90, 95 words a minute. But if I'm just lollygagging around watching TV, it may be 60, 65. So when you first start these types of side hustles, don't think that you're going to come in and you're going to make what I was making, because I was hitting on a good day. I could probably hit $200-$300 on a good day. Sometimes I make a hit more than that, because in a month with one of those companies, I was hitting like $2K. So don't start out thinking that, oh, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make $500. You really have to put in some work on those sites, because they don't pay hourly. It's paid per text. And some of them could pay 5 cents a text. Some of them could pay 10 cents a text. Some of them could pay 15 cents per text. So you got to think about that. And I know some of y'all going to look at that and say 10 cents. That ain't no money. I mean, give or take. It once you get the hang of it, it can turn into some money. It may not start out as some money, but if you can put in the time, the effort, the work, learn how to do it, then you can make the money. But starting out, you may have to sit there, blood, sweat, and tears, and you may make $50, but you may put in a lot of time to get the 50, because you got to know how to respond to the men. You got to talk and keep them coming back. It's all about them, you grabbing a whole other conversation and you're luring them to come back to talk to you. Not saying that they're going to talk to you, but just to keep them on the platform. That is the object of the game. So you got to be able to read and type. Now, once you get the hang of it, it'll become repetitive because you'll be like, oh, what does John want? He over here talking this, that, and the other. So you're going to pretty much know like what to say to John. What does Keith want? Oh, he don't want none. Yesterday he was talking about this, or the day before I got Keith and he was talking about that. And you'll know how to answer the questions. But what the company does not like, they do not like that copy and paste. They do not like you answering the same, even if it's the same person and they're saying the same thing, they don't like the same answer. So you got to be quick when it comes to them texting. The way to make the money, if you can type fast and you know what to say, because they're going to be coming like this, back to back. Some days we had like 3,000 texts in the queue. That means 3,000 text messages is on here for you to answer, but not just you, because other people are working too, but it's 3,000 text messages in this queue. So they're coming back to back, and it could be the same thing. It could be, hey, how you doing, Island Queen? And I'm just saying Island Queen. This not they're not gonna know you, Island Queen, but I'm just using you as an example. Hey, how are you, Island Queen? Or just, hey, how are you? Then the next person could be saying the same thing. Hey, how are you? So now you got to change it up. You can't say, well, hey, I'm fine, John, or hey, I'm fine, such and such, or hey, I'm fine, so and so. You're going to have to change that answer up. You can't say, hey, I'm fine, because you just answer somebody else and say, hey, I'm fine. The answer got to be different. So you got to be, when you start out, like I said, you're going to start out, you're going to be kind of slow with it until you catch on to how it works. But some people throw in the towel. They'll say, well, no, I can't do this. It's too much. It's too much work and it's not enough pay. So if you come in thinking that, you won't be successful. But see, I mastered how to do it because I sat there. The lady that was training me taught me how to do it. Like I said, when I first did it, I was thinking the same, I can't do this. Y'all want me to type in a complete sentence, a complete thought, a complete idea, and answer these people back. Every last one, every last customer, and it's got to be a different answer. But once I sat there and I studied, because there's one thing about me, sometimes if I can't do it, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to study it. I sat there and I studied. I'm like, okay, I'm talking to John. The next person is King or Keith or whoever. He just said the same thing John said. But she like, okay, yeah, he did. But you can't answer it the same way that you answered John. So once I caught on to that, I'm like, okay, so he's saying, hey, how are you? What do you like to do for fun? Okay. Hey, John, I'm Michelle. I like to go out to eat. I like to go skating on the weekends. I like to hang out with my family. Then what are some of the things that you like to do? So you got to ask the questions, because the questions, they keep them coming back. You got to keep, kind of like a fish. When you're trying to fish, you got that worm on the hook and you put that worm out there, that's to what? Entice the fish to come up to get on the hook. So you got to kind of keep reeling it out there and bringing it back in. So if y'all do decide to sign up for the texting companies and y'all run into the stumbling blocks, because you may have some questions, just come back on the live streams and I'll be able to help you out. Now, some of them, and I think probably all of them now, they do have an assessment because they want to see how well you are able to answer those questions. Now, I really wouldn't suggest ChatGPT. I mean, you can use them, but you never know who else may be using ChatGPT, and ChatGPT could be spitting out the same answer. So if you do use ChatGPT to answer the question, kind of tweak it a little bit. Take some stuff out and add some stuff in. So that way, once they look at it, they won't say, well, I gave these 10 questions to Island Queen, and then I gave them to Leonica, and the answers are the same. So you don't want that. And then they'll say, well, no, we don't want to hire you. So if you are trying to get hired, be creative as you can possibly be, and put at least 2 to 3 questions in the box, at least, because that is what they really are looking for. So don't just be bland and say, well, hey, this is Island Queen, I'm from New York, and I like to have fun, and that's your answer. That's not gonna work. You're gonna have to say, hey, this is Island Queen, I'm from New York, and I like to da 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 da. What are some things you like to do? That's question number 1. Where are you from? That's question number 2. Well, how long have you been on this site? That's question number 3. At least 2 to 3 questions, queens. If you decide to sign up. Cases lonely people job. My first call, my dog up and died, and I'm sorry. Can he up and wake up? I'm gonna get fired for my for my sense of humor. That's funny, Kay. Alan Queen says, what app is endorsed by Venus? Is it the WeWord app? Yes, it's that one. It's like reward, but it's WeWard. Yonka said it's a website where you are logged into a platform and chatting with different men, but you are not revealing your personal self, but playing different characters. Island Queen. Thank you, Leonica. So with the texting, you are not, they will never know who you are as a person. They will never know your name, your last name, your address. They won't ever know any of that. They won't even know what you look like. You are sitting behind a screen. They cannot see you, and you will be Joanne. The next person pop on the screen, you'll be Martha. You will have some pictures over there of what you look like. Now, some of the companies you can actually send those pictures. Some of the companies you cannot. You just have to describe. You have to look at the picture and describe what you look like. Every company is different when it comes to that. But my opinion, since I work for several, all the same. Because some of the men you'll see, if you're working for more than one, you'll see them on the other platform. But you do not ever tell them that you are a bot and that you are just being paid to talk to them. So there are some don't do's. You don't tell them that. You don't ever give your real name, your personal information. You don't ever do that. And you cannot get involved with them, because they had some operators, for whatever reason, was trying to get involved with these people. I don't know why, but you cannot get involved with the men. You don't, that's a no-no. You will be fired. If they find out, you will be terminated. Alan Queen says, thank you, Leonica. Leonica says they show you daily and weekly. Oh, wow. That's some good money, girl. 800 to 900. Good money. Leonica says, you're welcome, Island Queen. Carmen says, how do I add my PayPal to inbox dollar? So Carmen, you would have to click on the PayPal. It'll say something like rewards at the top. You click rewards, and then the rewards will come down. So once you see the rewards, then you'll click PayPal, and it'll let you add your information. Alicia, are there any games that autoplay? Yep, on Free Cash, Cash Kick. I'm not sure. Leonica, help me out. Leonica, can you autoplay on the Benjamin app? But it's certain games, Alicia. Now that Meeks might be, if she's still in here, she might be able to answer what games. I want to say Monopoly Go was one. Monopoly Go was one, and Dice Dreams was one, and Animals and Coins. Now these are on, some of them are on Free Cash, Cash Kick, and Inbox Dollars. I don't know if all of them are on the same platforms, but some of them are on those platforms. Alan Queen says, Kurt, thank you. I see it now. No problem, Queen. P. Cross says, WeWard is endorsed by Venus. She says, okay, thank you. And P. Cross says, no problem. Leonica says casino games through different apps. You can put it on auto spin. She says, I am playing a casino game on Prime Opinion and have it on auto spin. It's paying out $231. That is great, Leonica. So I'm going to drop the link for Prime Opinion here in the chat. It is the first one on the list. So y'all be sure to check out Prime Opinion. Leonica is playing a casino game and she has the game on auto spin. And auto spin is just it's like a set it and forget it, but you just make sure that you go back and check it. Alicia says, okay, thank you, Leonica. I was wondering about the games I can run and play on auto spin. She says, you're welcome. Leonica says, I have my casino game on auto spin now while I'm listening. Elda says, gotta know how to flirt and sweet. Right. So Elda is giving y'all a tip on the lonely folks. She said, you gotta know how to flirt. But like I said, once you get the hang of it, it becomes repetitive. It's kind of like your boyfriend. It's really who you kind of sort of talking to, or your friend guy, or somebody that you like, somebody that you're interested in. So it's kind of that type of site, but you don't know these people. They'll have pictures up. They may send you some pictures. You may be able to see their pictures, but you don't know them. And you're not trying to get to know them either. You're not trying to be in a relationship. You are just here to play your position, basically. That's all. That's it, and that's all. And you're getting paid to do so. Lisa laughed out loud. Okay, I have two phones over here loading these bad boys up with auto games. All right, Queen. Island Queen. Yep, did you see them? They're listed here. And I said, yes, she'll post the link. Alan Queen. Alan Queen said, as far as Ingu, is it tutor app that I download? No, that one is an actual website, Queen. I don't know if they have an app. I've never seen an app for that one. Actual site. Leonica says, you're welcome, Carol. Alan Queen says, okay, thank you, Elda. Elda says, I think Ingu is laptop, desktop device. Is Palfish, that is an app, uses an app. Kai says, are you playing more than one character in the chat room? You are, Queen. Yes. Every person that you are talking to. So let's just say it's me and it's John, right? But I'm Keisha. So I'm talking to John right now. I'm texting John. We texting, whatever. So once I'm done sending the message to John, it's going to go to Robert. So it went from John to Robert. Robert is a different new guy. And I went from Keisha to Janice. So now I'm Janice, and Janice is talking to Robert. And once I'm done sending a text message to Robert, I think it's like 150 characters. And once I'm done and I hit submit, Robert is now gone. And now I have Tony. Janice is also gone. And now I am Mary. So now Mary and Tony, they're having a conversation. But the objective is reading what the previous operator said and then reading Tony's comment, and then you comment after whatever he's saying, then you kind of you stay in the conversation. So you don't deviate, because if you deviate from what they're talking about, it's going to throw it off. And then he's going to think like, okay, wait a minute. Didn't you just tell me you was single with one child, but now you're saying you're married and you have 3 kids? Like, what is going on? So you got to be reading, just like when you're talking to somebody, Kay. So if it's you, let's say if it's you and your mom or you and your sister talking, and you're in that conversation, you're reading what she's texting you back, and then you respond, and then she'll send something back. You read that. So it's just like that. It's exactly like that. But the only difference is you're talking to a man that's interested in this character. So whatever character you are at that moment, you know, that's who you are at that moment. You're Janice. Janice could be a single lady with one child that's in college, and she's just looking to have a little bit of fun. She wants some spice in her life. And when you go to the next person, you may be this 70-year-old Linda lady, a widow, and you down on your luck. You used to be a waitress. You have children, they're all grown. You don't talk to them, and you just trying to find somebody to talk to because you're lonely. So then you may go to the next person. The next person, it could be Ella. Ella is a fun 20-year-old. She's a college student. You know, she works at a pizzeria. She likes to have fun. She likes to party on the weekend. So it'll change. Every conversation will be different. Now, sometimes it may come right back to you, and you're Janice again. You're back talking to Robert again. So you just have to pay attention and read what you see on the screen. But like I said, once you figure it out, you'll see it'll become repetitive, and you can do it with your eyes closed, because it'll be the same people that you're talking to, same characters that you're playing. You get familiar with these people, so it gets easier. Just like any, I would say, job. Yeah, that says, okay, you can be 10 different characters in a 30-minute time span. Alicia said, be friendly, but not too friendly. Kay said, wow, that is a lot to keep up with. Well, it's right there on the screen, Kay, so you're really not keeping up with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right here. Everything is here on your computer screen. So once the conversation is over with Robert, the notes, everything will be right there. So you don't have to like write nothing down or memorize like, oh, well, I was talking to Robert and what did he tell me? I can't. No, you don't have to do that. You just have to read. It's all about reading what you see on the screen. The notes will be right there on what y'all talked about. So you can scroll down or scroll up to see, so you can keep up with the conversation. So you don't have to like, oh, I got to remember what Robert said. Oh, what did I say to Keith? I don't remember. Oh, well, I was playing Janice and now I'm Kathy and I can't remember what I said to Tony. So it's not like that. Alligator says, thanks, L. Appreciate you. Leonica says, Cash Joy is for Android and iPhone. Just looked it up on Google. So y'all, iPhone. Leonica's letting y'all know that Cash Joy. If you are an iPhone user, then you can play the game. They pay out every 3 hours. L. says, K, each profile comes with this info. So you just read who you are and who they are, and then respond from the last message. Yep. It's basically it in a nutshell. Thank you, L. Leonica says, for certain games on the Benjamin app, you can auto spin on like animals and coins. Okay. Thank you, Leonica. So Leonica says you can auto spin on the Benjamin app. She says the animals and coins, Benjamin is on the list, number 40. So y'all be sure to take a look at number 40, the Benjamin app. You can put the games on auto spin. Kay says, oh, I see L. Carmen says, thank you. No problem, Carmen. And I said, you don't have time to go read the whole chat history, right? You have about she says, I think 5 minutes to respond to each one that pops up. Different companies are different with the time. I think admin chat, I think I had like 8 or 9 minutes for that one. Some of the other ones, I think I had like maybe 3 minutes to respond. So you have time to read to keep up with the conversation. Meeks says, Animals and Coins, Dice Dreams are some good auto play games. Thank you, Meeks. And these are on Free Cash. I'm thinking Cash Kick. I think Cash Kick and Inbox. And Leonica says Benjamin. Alicia says, okay, thank you, Carl. No problem, Queen. Meek says Match Masters is auto, but it pays well and it's easy. Okay. Now, is that one Meeks on Free Cash? Alicia says, thank you, Leonica. Okay, says if the conversation is rated G and PG, I would rather avoid anything inappropriate. That's what I'm saying, Kay. No, they rated R, Queen. They'll start out G and PG, but they will go to R. So if, like I said, if you are not comfortable with that, there may not be the right side hustle for you. It sounds easy, but if you are not comfortable with that, those R-rated talks, then that might not be the one for you, Queen. I would say bypass that. Because like I said, the conversations will start out with the hi, the how are you, but it really depends on where you're at in the conversation. The new conversations, and you'll see it may say new chat. So that's a brand new chat. So those will be like, hi, how are you? Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Sometimes the man will just go straight to R-rated conversation. So you have to kind of turn it around, especially if he's saying, well, I want to meet up with you. Don't ever agree to the meetups. They don't like that. If he said, I need your phone number, don't ever agree to giving him your phone number. So you have to change that conversation and say, hey, I'm new here. I'm just really trying to see what this is all about. I really right now don't feel comfortable giving out my phone number, but if we can talk here, then I am okay with that. If you're okay, I'm okay. So you have to kind of change the conversations up. But yes, ma'am, some of the conversations are R-rated. And if they are explicit, then they want you to keep it explicit. They don't want you to like change it around, only if he's trying to meet up with you. Yonica says, you're welcome. Hey, Xavier. He says, hello. Island Queen says, which app is Match Masters on? Xavier says hello to everyone, and it is on free cash. Pamela, she says, have anyone tried Playwell? I want to say Queen Teresa, Pamela, she was here on a stream last week, and I think she said she made 50 off of Playwell. Alan Queen says, I seek her. I'll check out the Ingu website right now. Thank you so much. No problem, Queen. Let me know, Alan girl, if you get on with them. I would say take a look at Cambly also. Xavier says, liked and shared 2 times. Thank you, King. Emma says, Leonica, can you tell me the name of that game? Alan Queen says, Meeks, thank you. And Leonica says, which app? Emma, Meeks says, you're welcome, Alan Queen. Yep, humble and grateful. One of our other queens, she said the same thing. So I don't know what's going on. It doesn't tell me or show me anything from my side. So humble and grateful is asking, has anyone been having issues with YouTube tonight? She said she was kicked out twice. I want to say Queen Mo Better, she was kicked out as well a couple of times. Emma says, I'm referring to the casino game on Prime. She says Match Masters is also on the Benjamin app, paying out $361. Island Queen. Triple A says, what's the name of it again? Not sure, Triple A, what your question is. The name of, is it a game? Island Queen says, oh, is it? Leonica, thanks for the heads up, girl. Leonica says, yes, it is. All the high-paying games are under Benji Best on the main screen of the Benjamin app. She says, and you're welcome. Thanks again, Leonica. Island Queen said, Leonica, I have yet to try out that Benjamin app. Guess I've been sleeping on it. She says, I've been on the Benjamin app since January last year, 2024, and I have cashed out plenty of times, Island Queen. Alicia says, okay, I appreciate y'all. And here I'm getting on these apps and these games. All right, Alicia, keep us posted, Queen. If you make $1, we want to know. Stephanie says it's on Vibes as well. Okay, thank you, Stephanie. That's another one I forgot to write down. Now, is Vibes on, is it on Android only? We trying to help y'all out, iPhone people. Is it on Android only, Leonica or Stephanie? If y'all know, y'all let us know. So I wrote Vibes. I put them on the list. Leonica says you're welcome, Alicia. And Leonica says, yes, vibes is a good one too. Kay says vibes and playful rewards are great ones, but maybe I need more. Okay, Kate. What type of phone do you have, Kate? Earl, you so funny. Earl said it is rated RRRR. Earl so funny. Hey, Lucy. She says greetings, beautiful people. Then it says on the games when you get to the different levels that you are supposed to get to, do you delete the game? That's a good question, Lillian. Some people delete the game and they go back in under a different company sign back up to the game, but they just use a different email. So some people have done that. Alan Gressel I got discouraged after having played games on Just Play for almost an entire day and only made about $5. Plus, I got to complete job application, so I be frustrated. Oh, Island Queen, sorry to hear that, Queen. Was that your first time on Just Play? Autism Mama says 2 chicks after that. Nope. Stephanie said, Carol, you may have answered this already, but did you have to keep track of what they like and major events going on in their life, etc.? Have to make notes, pics, they saying? No, Stephanie, everything is on the profile. So let's say if I start talking to a gentleman and I'm the first operator that gets the text message from him, and I ask, like, where are you from? What do you like to do? What do you do for a living? And he gives me these answers. They have a box on there. It may say like notes, and you would just type that in the box for the next person. So when the next person gets ready to talk to him, they'll see like, well, if you don't have his age, he's 58. Oh, he's into X, Y, and Z. Oh, he is from New York City. Oh, he likes to do blah, blah, blah. It'll be right there in the little note section. So you don't have to, unless they don't type it. You got some lazy operators that may not type it, but if it's there, then you don't have to take any type of notes. And the pictures, you'll see his pictures. They'll be like on his page. It's like you'll see his whole entire platform, his profile, like right here. It may be on the right side or the left side, depending on who you work for. It may be on at the top or it may be at the bottom. But you'll see it may have his age, his pictures will be up there, or you could ask him for a picture if the site allows it. If it's some sites do and some of them don't. Some of them we had pictures of the guys. Some of the sites, they didn't have a space, I guess, to put the pictures in there. But you can ask him if it's allowed on this, whatever site you're working for, you can ask him for a picture and it'll pop up somewhere. It'll probably pop up like on the side of the page, or it could already be there because some of the guys will sign up and they'll go ahead and create the profile and they'll put all the information in the profile. So in a sense, you really don't have to ask for it. The ladies will have pictures as well. So some of them, you might be able to send a picture. Again, it depends on who you work for. And some of them, the pictures will already be up so the guy can see the pictures of whoever you are supposed to be, the female. Kay says, thanks for telling me I will not be able to go against my... Oh, I understand, Kay. Yeah, because it can go to the left, The uncle says, got to keep going with it. Don't give up, Island Queen. Elda says, Stephanie, nope, it's out there for you on the screen. She says, yeah, it is on the screen, but it was part of the job I was going to take outside. Autism Mama says, yes, YouTube is acting up tonight. So I wonder what's going on. The uncle says, you're welcome, Carl. Earl says he is doing prolific and he is listening. Leonica, do you ever have anybody on your, because I know you do a lot of live streams, to say that YouTube is acting up or they're getting like a black screen or a blank screen? or it's stopping, it's freezing, it's kicking them out. Do you ever have that issue? I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Is it Tanise? She says, hello. Yes, YouTube is on something strange tonight. I don't know. Yeah, that's Stephanie. It also depends where in the combo you get the chat. Xavier says he has 16 on Prolific. All right, Xavier, congrats. Stephanie says, I have Android, don't know about the iPhone. Well, you in luck, Queen. It seems like the Android phone, they are open to the gaming sites. iPhone, I don't really know a lot of sites that are open over there on the iPhone for, people to play the games. I really don't know. And I said, they mean to do all the caps. She said she is so sorry. Stephanie said, never mind, dog. You have no clue what I'm talking about. And I said, snacking and typing. Okay. She says, I do. That's why I responded, Stephanie. She said, maybe how I'm typing is not clear, question mark. She said, been around here long enough to know a little something, right, chat? Them says, I was going to take a job with chat moderator and you have to keep track of all of that and had different categories. Huh, for real? I've never known. I've never worked for chat moderator, Stephanie, so I had never known you to have to keep. I've never heard anybody say anything about the texting sites because all of the ones that I've worked for, they always had like a box or something where you could type the notes. So the next operator, and it wouldn't be like so confusing. The next operator, she could read the notes clearly and see what the conversation was about, or she knew something about the gentleman. So I don't know. That's strange that you had to keep track with all that. Elna says correct. Some of the companies will tell you to, but it depends where in the chat you catch that part of the combo. Stephanie says it was all on screen that you did the notes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's basically what Kerr is saying to you. Island Queen says, Kerr, I've been on Just Play for a few weeks now, but I don't go on there every day, though. So maybe that's what it is, why I make so little. That's probably it, Island Queen. Mr. Warner, she was on here. She's not on here tonight. I thought she would come, but I think she just got like 2 remote jobs not too long ago, so she's probably busy. But she is on there like every day. So I think with Just Play, because I kind of noticed this too. If I don't get on Just Play, the money will be low. But if I'm on there and I play back to back, I notice how they'll give me more points. And then they'll start sending the notification saying, hey, we giving away, 1,000 points if you get on here and play today, or we giving away 2,000 points or 3,000 points. They've been sending this to me a lot on these emails saying that they're giving away so many points, extra points, if you hop on and play. So I'm not sure Island Queen, like what her schedule is or what her strategy is. I just know that she said that she is very consistent on that gaming app, and she's able to bring in $100 to $150 a week. Emma says, has anyone tried Scrambly? Somebody here, Emma, said that they was doing that one. I can't remember who though. She was on here maybe a week or so ago. But if anybody else here is doing Scrambly, let us know in the chat. Elda says, good job, Xavier, on Facebook. Lillian says, congrats, Xavier. T Nice. Okay, T Nice. Okay. Alicia says, I have mobile expressions on one of my phones. And that's another good one, Alicia. An easy one, I would say. Good job. So any more questions? I done been out here for 2 hours. Stephanie says, me. She is the one that is doing Scrambly. So Emma, if you got a question, Queen Stephanie is on here. Earn Star was another one that somebody told us about. Angela says, I don't recommend scrambling. She says, when it's time to pay out, I had to contact the company twice for them to pay out. It does not track your points. Oh no. No, 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 no. That's not good. Yolanda says, the Unica, can you please tell me which app you can make the $800 to $900? I think that was Cash Joy. Yolanda. Emma says, Stephanie, how did you like it? Nora says, what was that about Prolific? Prolific is a survey site, Nora. Leonica says, I am back. I had stepped away from my computer for a second. And she says, Cash Joy, Yolanda. Stephanie says, I haven't had an issue. There is not a lot of games to choose from. I prefer free cash more. So free cash is a great one if you guys want to check them out. Nora, did you want to try Prolific? I can drop the link here, Queen. It's not like a regular survey site. That one is like the students, they're like, I guess like graduate students. I'm not sure, but Eldot, she did a good explanation about the company. Eldot, where are you, Queen? I don't do Prolific, but we do have several kings and queens here that love this company. Queen Helen, she was paying a cardinal off of Prolific. They do like the studies. So it's like college students doing studies under, they may be undergraduate college students. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll put it here. I just know they do studies. So it's not like the other type of survey sites, but I do think it's a good one. They are number 15, Queen, on the list. They do have a wait list. And I would say take a look at number 16 also. This is Cloud Research. They are just like Prolific. So 15, 16 on the list. Don't have to have like a resume or anything like that. You just basically sign up to the company. Yolanda says, thank you, Leonica, so much to say. Says, hey, Carol, I'm late. I started working for Playo and I'm already looking to find something else. But thanks for the job description. Okay, Queen. Well, congrats on Playo. I don't work for them. Well, I don't do them, Emma. So I can post a question up here. Somebody can help Emma. She says she's having a hard time making money on free cash. She says, what's the secret? So much to say. There is another company that does the medication reminder if you want to try that one. I started with Playo when Playo first hit the work from home arena. So I don't know like how it is now, because this was like when they first came out. This was years ago. Now back then the pay was good for me because I was hitting like $1,200 a month on that site. But I can't really say now how Playo is. But I get it. If it didn't work for you, hey, it just didn't work. But there are so many other sites out there. I would say maybe take a look at this company. They do the same thing that Playo does, medication reminder. Lillian says, has anyone ever did game of vampires on free cash? Leonica says, you're welcome, Yolanda. Cynthia says, I love printing. Leonica says, congrats, so much to say. She says, prolific is my boo. Yeah, you so funny, Cynthia. You cheating on the mystery shop. Answer says, yes, Lillian. Lillian says, Angela, is it hard? That's so funny, Cynthia. Prolific is Cynthia's boo. I'm going to drop these companies in a minute. So I have 5 remote jobs, and these companies are processing claims. If you have not liked this video, shame on you. Hit the like button. It's free and it don't cost you nothing. So make sure you like and share the video. We are trying to push this channel to 150,000. We are almost at 147, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And if you have not subscribed to our second channel, I'm gonna put the link here. Make sure you hop over there and check us out. We are dropping a lot of non-phone over here on this channel, different types of non-phone companies. We just hit 7,000. We trying to push this one to 10,000. So we hit 7,000 over here. Yeah, El, that I was saying, drop the explanation of prolific here. You gave a good explanation earlier. So much to say. She says, okay, thank you. Yolanda said, do you have to buy something on Cash Joy to make the 800? What's the secret? So Yolanda, Leonica, she was simply sharing that on the leaderboard on Cash Joy, what people are making. She could see the leaderboard and she could see that people were making 800 to 900 off of playing the games. I would say do some research. Go ask ChatGPT. If you cannot get the answer to something, check ChatGPT. YouTube, sometimes people have information about different games and different apps that they are using to bring in income. There is a guy on YouTube. He has a video up about Just Play where he makes $30 a day off of the Just Play app. Leonica says, no, you just play the games. You don't have to pay anything, Yolanda. So let me talk about these jobs, and then I'm going to get on over here. So Tan did do y'all a favor. She put this list of companies together for you kings and queens. So there are 5 remote claims processor jobs on this link. And the first company is Birdsong. So the link is in the chat. Birdsong is the first company. They have a claim specialist. It says that, let me see. We are seeking a hardworking, self-motivated candidate with a positive attitude who like the idea of being involved in the process of helping people hear better. Now, the position of the claims specialist plays a critical role in the operation of the organization. The main function of an AHPCS is coordinating authorized hearing healthcare for covered employees. It says this one pays $18 to $18.75 with monthly incentives. So the responsibilities: obtain a complete, thorough understanding of the workers' compensation claims, administration process, the fees, and the participants. Adhere to the customer service level agreements or the SLAs by maintaining contact with clients, providers, and the claimants' patients as prescribed to ensure all parties are kept informed of the process status. successfully prioritize the workday utilizing our task-based systems, resulting in achieving daily completion of an all required task, ensuring SLA compliance. Ensure claim files are properly documented, demonstrates an understanding of the workers' compensation referral and FRA process. Now, I won't be reading every single thing here because this is a lot to read, but the qualifications: advanced knowledge and experience with computer systems and business software programs, previous worker compensation insurance claims management, bilingual skills will be extremely helpful with some patients, excellent grammar and written skills, ability to type 40 words per minute. And again, this is bird song hearing, and they have a claim specialist position. So y'all make sure to do research before you apply. Next company, First Source Health. First Source Health has a claims examiner. This one is a full-time remote job. The pay starts at 14. It says that the claims examiner evaluates the insurance claims to determine whether their validity and how much compensation should be paid to the policy holder. So you're basically reviewing insurance claims, collecting, organizing, and analyzing relevant documentation, ensure that the claims processing aligns with the company's insurance policies, conducting investigations when necessary, analyzing policy coverage. And for this one, I see high school diploma or equivalent required, health claims processing experience required, including use of claims processing software and related tools. But you don't need a degree for this one. 14 plus equipment for First Source. The next one is NTT Data. They have a medical claims examiner. This one is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central. So you're processing professional and hospital claims. You are also reviewing the policies and benefits, comply with company regulations regarding HIPAA. This one, 2 years of healthcare claims processing, 2 years of computer with Windows applications, high school diploma or GED. And I don't, well, the pay is at the bottom. I see 18 for that one. Next one is Broadpath. They have a Medicaid claims processor. You will be processing Medicaid insurance claims, ensuring all data is correctly entered and verified, review and adjudicate the claims based on policy guidelines. You will be using the QNXT system to manage the claims, adhere to the CMS guidelines, and ensure regulatory compliance. For this one, you will need 1 year of experience in Medicaid claims processing, proficient in using the QNXT system for claims management and data entry. Broadpath, they do provide some equipment and they do pay out weekly. They are a fast hire company. And then NTT Data, they also have another claim one. It's a healthcare claims processor. So kind of pretty much the same thing with the other one, processing of professional claim forms, files by the provider, reviewing the policies and the benefits, comply with company regulations, abide within the timelines to complete the compliance training of the NTT Data /client. 1+ years hands-on experience in healthcare claims processing, 2 years of using a computer with Windows applications, previous work from home experience, 2 years, keyboard skills and computer. You are familiar with logging back and forth between screens and navigating multiple systems. And this one pays 18 also. So y'all be sure to check those out. Make sure you guys research the companies as well. Elda says, oh, okay. Leonica says, no, you just play the games. Meek says, oh, by the way, I looked up the other work from home channel someone mentioned last week. YouTube took her channel down. She's headed over 10 years. She posted a TikTok begging YouTube for her channel back. Oh. But, oh, they took the video. Oh, wow. They not playing, I guess. Nora says, how long did it take you to make 800 on there? On which company, Nora? Hey, Sherry. She says, hello, happy Sunday, everyone. Yolanda says, okay. Angela says, no, it's task-based. I play the vampire for she kicks and giggles. Eldot says prolific. I'm gonna put it up here. Thank you, Eldot. So Eldot is giving an explanation of what prolific is. It's a site that offers micro research studies. These studies mostly come from graduate students working on their PhDs and dissertations. She says prolific continued. Unlike other survey sites, you are matched based on the info in your profile and won't have any qualification questions. So therefore, you must complete that profile, answer all those questions completely. Ms. Wilkinson says, I'm downloading Cash Joy right now. Best way to find out to make money is to try it out. If you don't like the apps, just remove it. That's what I did with Free Cash. She says, I find I reached the levels to games on the Benjamin app. Yep, you right, Queen. Nora says, Meeks, why was her channel taken down? They've been striking channels, Nora, on YouTube in the work from home arena. So it probably has something to do with what she was posting. Something, we've gotten strikes. A lot of other work from home channels have gotten strikes as well. Eldon said, prolific, continue. Be sure to give quality responses and pass the attention checks in the studies that you do. They are big on quality. And they also tend to do IP blocks as part of their security process. The uncle says, let me know how it goes for you, my Wilkinson. Elna said, she said, prolific continue. That doesn't mean you can't use your account, find another Wi-Fi connection, and keep giving good quality responses. The uncle says, I haven't made 800 on there. I was saying others have on their leaderboard at Nora. She says, oh, okay, thank you. Elna says, Meeks, damn. Elna, you so good. Yeah, you so funny. Me said, no, I'm not sure. I was hoping her video would explain, but TikTok removed before I could watch it. I was hoping to get more info on why so many channels are getting strikes. Nobody knows, really, Meeks, to be honest. Nobody knows. Now, I think from what Tan was saying, because y'all know Tan is techie savvy, I think it has something to do with the money amounts that you guys may have been seeing on some of these videos. You know, some of these people were overly exaggerating on what you can really make off of some of these sites. So I'm thinking that it has something to do with that. So that's what I think. I still don't really know for sure, because we still have not gotten a explanation, like a detailed explanation. We have not gotten. So I really don't know. Eldot says, please don't mention other work from home YouTube channels in this chat. Hey, pretty Petra. She says, hello, everyone. Have a blessed Sunday. She says, thanks, Kara, for all you do. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ms. Wilson says, I uninstalled it. Only 3 games on Cash Joy. Yep. Sonya says, I agree with Kara, because some of the sites would say make 5,000 a week. Yep. And I think that they did a cleanup party. That's just my opinion, because it was some other channels that I was seeing. I don't even see those channels anymore. So I'm guessing that they did a total clean up party and they started removing channels. Because if you get 3 strikes, you gone. So yeah, we got some strikes, and that's the only thing I could see, that it must have had something to do with the dollar amount. And I said, we don't need to give them a reason. You right, Eldot. You are so right. But yeah, I think it has something to do with the dollar amounts in those videos or on the thumbnails in the titles. That's what I think. Yumka says even with the games, you can still make money, my Wilkinson. So yep, that's what I think. Because like I said, some of the channels that I was seeing, I don't see them anymore. I have not seen them. I think they removed them. That's what I think. Because it was like an influx of work from home channels just popping up like popcorn. And then next thing you know, here they come with the strikes and removal. So that's what I think. But I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And people could have been, complaining. You just never know. Miata says Cash Joy is in development. Is that what you're saying, Miata? Is that what you see on the site? I don't have that one. I have Best Play and Just Play and Cash Kick and my sister over here playing on my phone. She made me lose my train of thought. Cash Kick and Inbox Dollars. So I don't have the Cash Joy. That one just came to our attention from Queen Leonica not too long ago. So that one, Play Hive and Vibes. That's weird. Leonica, were you having any issues with Cash Joy? Miata says that it's telling her it's in development and it said it before she downloaded it. Let's see. Now I see that Miata, but I can still download it. Let me see. Yeah, I can still download it. It's probably a new app. So a lot of these types of apps been popping up lately too, the ones that cash out fast. Now this one says on the Cash Joy, on mine, it says you can cash out in 1 hour. No purchase necessary or payment of any kind is necessary to enter or win any games. You can transfer the cash to your PayPal account instantly. And once you start playing, they track it. Leonica says, no, I haven't had no issues and I've been had it for months. Stephanie said, Miata, do you have Android or Apple? And she says she has the Android phone. So Leonica, she hasn't had any issues with it. I do see the development though. I see that. But you still can, well, on mine, I can still download it if I want to. Well, y'all, I done been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think it's time for me to get off of here. I got to make the video for tomorrow. Tomorrow's video, I may drop 2 tomorrow though, because I know people are looking for remote jobs. Now, I did one on LabCorp the other day where I was talking about the company. They had, at that time, they had like 19 remote jobs. I don't know how many they have now, but if anybody wants to go and check out LabCorp, sometimes they have the entry level, like customer service types of positions. So if y'all want to check them out, I will put the link here in the chat. Let's see how many they got. It's taking its precious time coming up. So I'm saying that they have around 24 remote jobs on LabCorp. So if you are interested in this particular one, y'all be sure to check them out. If you are looking for part-time remote jobs, bye-bye, Earl. Y'all take a look at this one. Got a list of them right there. Thank you, Leonica, for stopping by. Have a great night, Queen. Y'all be sure to go and subscribe to Leonica's channel. She does like a lot of different reviews on those gaming apps. So if you are running into any issues with the gaming apps, Leonica will be that go-to person. So y'all be sure to go over there, show the Queen some love, and subscribe to her channel. It is Leonica 15, I think. I don't know if you can click on her name. Let me try to go find it. Oh, Leonica, I see, girl, you got over 2,000 subscribers. All right now. So this is her link. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this live stream tonight. Shout out to the mods. Thank y'all for helping and answering the questions. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. Tan's birthday is tomorrow, so shout out to my sister. Happy birthday, Tan. If you are watching this video, we love you, Queen. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Good night, everybody.